What if I told you some dinosaurs are faster than you think? Do you want to know why certain species can catch up to you at different growth percentages, even though you thought you were faster than them? Well, in that case, question yourself no more and let's dive right into it. First, I will walk you through the testing methodology used in this video, and then I will cover each dinosaur individually, focusing on their speeds and unique traits. So, if you press tab while in game, you are presented with your dino character screen. There you can see the details of your character, including the max speed, which we are interested in. As you can probably see though, depending on your growth, you can be even faster than your full adult form, while being a juvie or sub-adult for some of the species. But how come that's possible, you may ask? Well, it's because up to a certain growth percentage, you constantly get faster and faster. Then, when you hit that threshold, your maximum speed will start to decrease up to your full adult form, which consists of 100% growth. The interesting aspect though is that not all dinosaurs follow this rule. Some dinosaurs get faster and faster, reaching their top speed at their full adult stage. And on top of what already has been said, keep in mind that the speed that you see when accessing your character menu is only the ground speed, at least at the time these tests were performed. Therefore, additional testing was needed for the different environments and mechanics that some of the species have, like Ptera's flying speed, Beipi and Dino's swimming speeds, both on top of the water and underwater as well, Carno's charging speed, Maia's quadruped stance speed, Galli's diet speed boost with 1, 2 and 3 diets. All this while taking into consideration the 3 mutations that impact and increase the speed. And those 3 mutations are photosynthetic tissue, where you get a flat 5% speed increase during the day, nocturnal, where you get a flat 5% speed increase, but this time during the night, and hydrodynamic, where you get a massive 15% swimming speed increase. The tests themselves were performed on an admin server, manually finding and setting the growth rates to be almost if not identical to the growth percentages, starting from 10%, 20% and so on until 100% growth. Admin mode was also used to determine the exact speed value for the rest of the mechanics that do not show up on the character screen. Also, one other thing to mention is that when new patches will be released, the dinosaur's locomotion, mutations, and mechanics speeds can be subject to change. That being said, I want to say thank you to some of the members from our community, Harry and Benji, for helping me with tests where more than one person was needed for the test to be valid, like swimming speeds, flying speeds, quadruped stance speeds, and charge speeds. Also, thank you Trin for the Omni chase. Speaking of Omni, let's kick things off by presenting the actual speed results. We can see that Omni reaches its top speed at around 40 to 70% growth, at which point his speed starts to decrease substantially. Basically, these are the values in kilometers per hour, and these are the growth percentages. Also, PT and Nocturnal stand for the 2 mutations that increase the speed with their associated values. This is the top speed of a full adult Omni with and without the speed mutations, and this is the absolute top speed of an Omni regardless of its growth percentage. In this case, we see that around 40 to 50% growth, meaning the growth stage where it's fastest, an Omni can get up to 52.7 km per hour, which is quite amazing. From deadly claws to tiny paws, we've got the Omni Raptor's bigger brother, the Carnotaurus. Only this one skipped arm day for life. He definitely didn't skip legs day though, since he is the fastest carnivore around. At a first glance, we can see that he is a drag racer very early on, and that his speed is increasing until he is a full adult. If you think he's fast now at 52 km per hour, check his charging speed because it clocks at a whopping 62.4 km per hour with the speed mutation. Blink and you'll miss it. Here comes the Ceratosaurus, a dino you couldn't miss even if you tried. With all that chunk, It's more of a here I am, deal with it kind of dino. Clocking at 42.2 kilometers per hour, it's not half bad. Well, depending on who you're comparing it with. The Cerato is more like a powerhouse you can't really ignore, since it's built for presence and not for speed. Oh, and by the way, if you're enjoying this Dino Speed deep dive, consider subscribing and liking the video. It's easier than outrunning a Carnotaurus. Next on our list is none other than the Dilophosaurus, a master of deception. When the Dilo is on the prowl and reaching speeds in excess of 50 km per hour, you're basically in trouble. Even though he is the fastest between 40% up to 80% growth, he will blind you with venom, confuse you with smoke, and attack you with clones. Basically, he's a one dino army. Think you're safe because the Herrerasaurus isn't the fastest on land? Well, think again, because he hunts from the shadows above, owning the treetops, watching, ready to drop in like a deadly surprise. He may not win ground races, clocking in at 42.7 km per hour, but there are definitely slower dinos out there. The Troodon is living proof that big danger comes in small packages. This little monster may be tiny compared to others, but in a pack it's a nightmare. Nimble, venomous, and little in numbers, it's not to be underestimated. He gets up to speed very fast in life and reaches 47.2 km per hour with the speed mutation. Moving on to Deinosuchus, we see that we have a totally different beast on our hands. Even though he performs under par on land, actually he's the worst on the ground, when he gets in his natural water element, he simply shines bright. Actually, he shines to 33.5 km per hour with the PT or nocturnal mutations, to 36.6 km per hour with the hydrodynamic mutation, and if he combines the two of them, then he becomes a supernova at 38.2 km per hour. He achieves the same speed under the water as well, although I'm not sure if this is how it should have supposed to be. For the sake of comparison though, here are the results, but they are the same. Soaring through the skies, the Pteranodon is a master of the air and a skilled fisherman, but for now it's more of an observer than a true threat to the bigger guys. That being said, he holds the highest speed record out of all of them when flying, a ludicrous 111.4 km per hour. Now that's fast. Coming in at a snail pace compared to the Pteranodon, the Diabloceratops is what happens when evolution says, why run when you can tank? With its sturdy frame and menacing horns, the Dibble is a force of nature, capable of taking hits and dishing out even bigger ones. It's basically the dino version of an armored truck, slow, steady, and nearly impossible to stop when it charges. All this power comes at a cost though. With its merely 37.8 km top speed, it's on the slow side, but I don't think it cares too much. Don't let the cuteness of the Dryosaurus mislead you. This little sprinter has moves that will leave you spinning, with jukes so sharp they might break your ankles. Dryo is like the dino version of a pro dodgeball player. Good luck catching it. Regarding its speed, it's not that fast, but it can hold its own, coming in at 47.2 km per hour. The next cutie is the Hypsilophodon, or Hypsi as it's usually called. This miniature version of a llama is surprisingly cheeky. It's basically the cute chaos of the dino world, and you can think of it as the dino that says, I'm small, I'm cute, but I'm still going to spit at you. If it doesn't like you, you'll definitely feel it on your face. As for the speed, it can reach 41.6 km per hour on a good day, if it can steer away from the grass, that is. With a head harder than your problems, the Pachycephalosaurus is a wrecking ball. A little round, a little sassy, and a whole lot dangerous. Pachy proves that curves and combat can go hand in hand. Underestimate it and you'll feel the full weight of its bone-shattering headbutt. One thing about Pachy though is that he is quite fast from his early age, reaching his top speed at about 40% growth. After that, he maintains it for quite some time, but then it drops exponentially. Meet the Stegosaurus, a gentle giant until it's not, as we all know it too well. Weighing in at 6 tons of raw power, the Stego is a slow-moving juggernaut that spells doom for anyone brave enough to challenge it. It might not be fast, but it's a walking fortress that wrecks all who dare defy it, and its spiked tail is a weapon of mass destruction, capable of ending battles in a single swing. His fastest form is at around 30% growth, where he reaches a speed of 33.7 km per hour, and after that, the kilograms win the fight, forcing the Stego to race snails. The Maiasaura combines resilience with versatility. It is tough enough to take a hit and fast enough to outrun expectations, at least faster than you'd expect for something its size. Switching between bipedal and quadrupedal modes to suit the situation, it's more than capable of flattening smaller foes. In the quadrupedal stance, it can reach a speed of 37 km per hour, while in the bipedal one, it turbos all the way up to 49.2 km per hour. The Beipiaosaurus is like a cute little duck with a secret ninja weapon. Massive claws that are way too big for its adorable frame. BP might be small, but it's mighty, blending charm and danger with agility that keeps it ahead of the game. And whether if it's on land or in the water, this little omnivore knows how to keep you on your toes. Looking at the multitude of possibilities regarding its speed, we can see its top speed on land is at around 50 to 100% growth, reaching 33.9 km per hour with the PT or nocturnal mutation. Things change after switching to water, the speed varying based on swimming either at the water's surface, either under the water. While swimming on the water surface, it can reach 23.1 km per hour, 25.2 km per hour, or 26.4 km per hour based on the PT or nocturnal mutations, hydrodynamic mutation, or a combination of the two. When swimming under the water, we can see a different story, meaning that its speed increases to 32.9 km per hour, 36.1 km per hour, or 37.6 km per hour based on the same options as before. Comparing the two swimming environments, we can clearly see that there is quite the difference between them at the full adult growth stage. Fast, curious, and just a little fragile, the Gallimimus runs like the wind and kicks like it's got somewhere important to be, but it's not built for taking hits. Galli is built for speed, but it's as fragile as it is fast, speed being the Galli's greatest weapon. The numbers speak for themselves, Galli being able to run from the majority of frenemies extremely early on in life, reaching a top speed of 52.1 km per hour with the PT or nocturnal mutation, but without the diet speed boost. And if you're wondering what those are, they are basically 3 kilometers up for the taking. The only requirement being you have to have at least one diet, 2 diets being optimal, and 3 diets being perfection. Now, if we add one diet to the table, the Galli is able to reach 49.7 km per hour, which doesn't really make sense since his speed should be faster due to the added diet speed. Continuing on the same idea, if we add 2 diets to the table, we see that the maximum speed increased to 52.6 km per hour. And advancing even further with 3 diets, the top speed increases to 55.5 km per hour. Now, as a side note, if you press F near another running Galli, both of your speeds will increase instantly, further boosting your top speed for some seconds. As a conclusion for Galli, we can see the compared speed between its fastest form, which is represented by the 0 to 50% growth, and its full adult form consisting of 100%. Here is the final comparison of all the dinosaur speeds at full growth, with no mutations or modifiers involved. And here we are, folks, it's a wrap for today's adventure. If you found this video helpful, or even just a little entertaining, consider subscribing and dropping a like. All the best and see you in the next one.